the light and the dark. You were built with both. You were only ever trained to show one. Hear me on this. Somewhere early, you were taught to split yourself. Keep the light, the warmth, the helpfulness, the vision, the endless patience out front where everyone can see it. Take the rest, the anger, the ambition's edge, the flat no, the part of you that can walk away and bury it. Call the buried half unprofessional. Call it too much. Call it not who we are. So, you exiled it. And you were rewarded for the exile, which made it feel like wisdom. But understand what you actually gave up. That was not your worst self you buried. It was half your equipment. The dark you exiled was not your flaw. It was half your equipment. What the dark actually holds. Look at what lives on the side you were told to fear. Your anger, which is your dignity's early warning system, firing when a line gets crossed. Your fear, which is reconnaissance, reporting real risk before your optimism can talk over it. Your willingness to walk away, which is the only thing that ever made your yes worth negotiating for. Your honest read on what is broken, which is the beginning of every repair you have ever led. These are not character deflects. They are values you didn't know were values until something violated them. When you exile the dark, you don't become a better woman. You become a better leader working with half an instrument panel and wondering why the terrain keeps surprising you. And know this about failure, because failure is what most women call the dark when it arrives uninvited. Failure is not the opposite of growth. It is the shadow growth cast. A record with no failures on it is not a winning record. It is evidence of ambition's downsize until losing became impossible. A smaller life dressed up as discernment. Exile the dark and you lead with half an instrument panel. The light alone gets rolled. I know the argument for staying in the light. It is safer. It is likable. It is what they promoted you for. But watch what happens to the woman who leads from only the light. Her warmth gets read as availability. Her patience gets read as tolerance for anything. Her yes means nothing because no one has ever seen her no. She gets rolled in negotiations, flattened in conflict, and volunteered for every burden because a woman with no visible dark is a woman with no visible edge. This is not an argument to become hard, Hardness is just the opposite of exile. The dark running the show while the light sits in the brig. Dark without light is cruelty. Light without dark is surrender. You need the whole force under one command, yours. Light without dark is surrender. Dark without light is cruelty. Command requires both. Integration is the command decision. Integration does not mean unleashing everything you've buried. It means ending the Civil War. You stop treating half of yourself as the enemy and start treating it as intelligence. Reports from a part of you that has been trying to reach command for years. Anger gets read, not obeyed, and not silenced. Fear gets debriefed. The no gets a seat at the table before it ever reaches anyone else's. This is not a compromise of your values. It is the recovery of them. Your values live on both sides of you. The light holds the care, the loyalty, the vision. The dark holds the boundaries, the dignity, the refusal. A woman operating from only one side is not more virtuous. She is less complete. Integration is not a mood. It is a command decision to end the war inside your own perimeter. The practice. Inventory the exile. Write down what you're taught to hide: anger, ambition, bluntness, the walk away, the flat no. Next to each name who benefited from you hiding. That column will tell you the exile was never for your protection. Debrief the dark. Don't obey it when anger or fear fires. Don't suppress it and don't act on it raw. Ask what is reporting. Which line got crossed? Which risk is real? Treat it as intelligence to be read, not in order to be executed. Practice 1, integrated no. This week, deliver one no that carries both sides. Warm in delivery, immovable in the substance. Notice that the room survives. Notice that you do too. Audit your record for missing failures. If the last 5 years show no failures, find where you downsized the ambition. Pick one goal big enough to cast a shadow again. Retire the split screen. Catch the moments you switch to the acceptable version of yourself at the door. The meeting voice, the softened opinion, the pre-apology. Each week, carry one real piece of yourself past that door intact. integration, the leadership reality. Now put both sides in a room, because integration sounds philosophical until it's in a meeting. In negotiation, your light is the warmth that keeps the relationship. Your dark is the willingness to walk, and only the woman carrying both gets the deal on her own terms. In feedback, light without dark is flattery. Dark without light is cruelty. Together, it is the hard truth from someone unmistakably on your side. In strategy, the light holds the vision. The dark holds the clear-eyed read on what could collapse. Vision alone is naive, and critique alone builds nothing. In your no, the warmth belongs in the delivery, but the no itself comes from the dark, the boundary, the value under protection. Women who try to be only warm in their nose end up saying yes by accident. And in risk, the light supplies the ambition, the dark runs the honest accounting of what could be lost. Together, they let you take bigger swings with cleaner eyes. Your people are watching which halves of themselves are welcome, and they calibrate to you. A leader who shows only polish teaches her team to hide their real needs, their real risk, their real objections, and then leads blindly. Bring your whole self to the table, and you license theirs. That's not softness. That is how command gets the truth. A leader who hides half of herself teaches her whole team to do the same. The coaching chair. Sit with me for a minute. Not the polished half, both of you. I'm going to ask you what I'd ask in a session, and I want the answers out loud or on paper. Where the exile half can finally get them on the record. What did you bury to be acceptable, and how old were you when you learned it wasn't welcome? Name the room. Name the lesson. The exile has a start date, and you should know it. Where has your light been costing you? Find the place your warmth gets spent like it's free. The negotiation, the workload, the relationship, and tell me what your dark has been trying to say about it. And the hard one, what would you do this year if the buried half had a vote? Not permission to run wild, a vote. One seat at your own table. What changes first? When you have your answers, you have both halves of your map. That's where the real work begins. And when you're ready, sit with this one gently. What might it feel like to walk into a room whole?